But how about the cravings? Like, 'cause sometimes I still do. Like, I've been doing this for a few months now, but I still have sometimes I'm French,
Sure.
so the cheese and the breads and the this or that. Like,
Yeah.
how do you deal with those?
Well, that's why, and you said you did a cleanse. I think cleansing is so important to help break down those layers of toxicity that are leading to you to want the cravings, because it's those little things in there saying, give me more, as you're trying to read it. So I would say you need to do another cleanse. I think you need to continue cleansing, and as you cleanse, the cravings start to leave. But also, it really doesn't hurt to every so often give in to that craving, because when you do that, what happens is, what you learn in a different way. You feel so miserable, those cells go, ah, what did you do to me?
Yeah.
And then the craving goes.
I did, and I felt so bad. But most of all, afterwards, my body was asking even for more of that, though. So it was very surprising that, I'm like, I'm not gonna have it once, because if I have it once, then
But that's not always the worst route to go. And I'm not encouraging you to do negativity, but sometimes you have to listen to your body, because these things, they aren't all just cravings. A lot of the things that we crave negatively they kind of help protect our soul. Things have happened to us in our life. It isn't just about the food. Things have happened to in our lives, and as you cleanse and detox, these things come up and out, and you're not always ready to face and deal with them. So this is where the eating, or the cigarettes, or the alcohol, or the drugs come in to bury it. So as the body, so I would also say, I don't know what your spirituality is about, but I would certainly delve more into that. Because the more spiritual you become in your life, the more it addresses these issues that we took these things to bury beforehand anyway. Meditation, people ask me every day, well, what do you eat for breakfast? Prayer and meditation every day of my life. So there's so many other aspects to us. There's the emotional, there's the physical, there's the food, there's the spiritual, there's all of it. And it's keeping all those balls up in the air simultaneously, juggling them. And sometimes one is higher than the other, and one is down here. But it's keeping them all up in the air. You don't always have to have them all up in the air. That's part of life. There is a flow to life. You don't have to have flatland perfection. Because flatland perfection is you're dead, as far as I'm concerned. Life has its little hills and valleys. And when you learn to follow those, and I mean, this is really weird to say, okay, but I'm always very honest. I was a pot-smoking vegetarian. The first couple of years I was a vegetarian. People go, oh my God, I'm from the 60s, How did you do that? And I went, well, that's what I needed at that time to get me through where I was going. And I still went, you're great. And I kept moving forward instead of putting myself down saying, you've got to do this, you've got to be this, you must stick to this, it's written in stone. I allowed myself the flow of my life, and I truly believe that's why I'm so happy and I keep moving forward.
So let's recap some of the benefits. So you have higher energy, you have clearer vision, weight loss.
I'm 61. I don't wear reading glasses.
You look
or
amazing.
bifocals.
You don't have
No.
Wow.
And as a child, my vision was 50/90. I did wear glasses. Sometimes I use 100 reading glasses late at night when I have a very long day. I'm training myself to sleep more, because I'm up to 6 hours, but for 10-15 years I only slept 3.5-4 hours a night. I'm never tired.
Les guest on our show said it was like 7-8 hours. It was essential to give her a body.
I think it's important. I think that I need to sleep more, but I just have so much energy. That's why I said I'm training myself.
Wow.
No, I believe that we are creatures. We are to be with the circadian rhythms of the universe. There is a rhythm to the universe. When the sun comes up, we're supposed to get up. As the sun comes down, we are supposed to come down. And when the sun is down, we're supposed to be resting, not talking a mile a minute like I am, or writing, or reading, or doing all the other stuff I'm doing. So it is, I'm far from perfect. I'm learning to train.
We all have our journey.
We all have our journey. Yeah. And I'm up to 6 hours now, which is huge for me, because I was 3.5 hours for years. So I'm up to between 5 and 6 hours I'm getting a night, and I'm working my way up to 8, because I think that's what's healthy, would be healthier for me. So I think I'll have even more.
And so that's your biggest secret to slow down the aging process. Raw foods. Isn't there anything else?
Detoxing is the biggest secret. It's even more important than raw foods.
So when you talk about detox again, can you tell us what can we do? What kind of detox? I did the master cleanse.
And I believe in many. There are many detoxes out there. I believe there are many roads to the top of the mountain. There is no one way to do it.
Yeah.
I think that you should find someone that resonates for you, someone that looks like what you're trying to achieve. I wouldn't go to a bald eye doctor. I wouldn't go, a bald hairdresser. I wouldn't go to a blind ophthalmologist. I wouldn't go to a fat nutritionist. I wouldn't go to a sick doctor. You know, I would find somebody that's resonating with what I'm looking for, and I would research a little bit with people who've done their program, how they're doing, and then I would see, does it feel right for me? I, of course, teach classes. I've taught them for over 25 years. I've had thousands and thousands.
And which angle do you, because there's juice,
it's my own green. That I teach. Well, we work toward a little mini fast, but we start out either vegan or raw. I do an optimal or conservative, and people can choose where they want to go. And I've had many raw foodists take my class. I've had many vegans, many vegetarians take my classes. I've had all kinds of people take my classes. Literally, in January class, we had 187 people in the class.
Wow.
So I have my own particular where I've taken from a lot of different methods and put them all together, what I did myself initially in the beginning. I do something even more now, and I have advanced classes that will be starting. But whoever resonates for you. We have our class on DVD. You can purchase it, or you can come here and take it, or you can get the DVD and do it with a group. But I do recommend doing a cleanse in a group. I do think it's easier than trying to do it by yourself.
Definitely.
So even if you find, like the master cleanse you did, if you could find 3 or 4 friends who wanted to do it with you, then trying to do it alone.
I did share it online through the 100-day challenge, a community that I have, and I did announce it, so I'm accountable for it. You know, because 10 days when it's your first time can be challenging. So,
and I think that's why it's important to have like-minded people on the journey with you. So whatever you choose, it's a good idea to find a group session that you could do it in. But one-on-one works too, or doing it by yourself. If you have the wherewithal, whatever works for you is what's right. There's no good or bad or right or wrong or yes or no. It's what you find that works for you to keep you moving forward, to help take the veil of ignorance, and I call it insanity, that we're living within today. Whatever's going to work for you to get you there, then that's what you should be doing. It's perfectly right.
So the first step is detox, and then getting into the raw foods.
Or some people raw foods first. You know,
it can be challenging to start right away.
I think it's more challenging to do just the raw foods first. I do believe that's more challenging, but it certainly can be done.
Okay. And then what are some of the cooking techniques that you use in a restaurant? Like how...
Well, it's certainly...
Can we say cooked actually, or prepared?
Well, preparing. Let's call it preparing. And we do have raw food prep classes here on an ongoing basis. I have some wonderful, wonderful, incredible teachers that teach the classes. I teach some of them, but I teach all the detox classes, but I do bring in other people to teach the raw food preparation classes. And it's amazing how exciting and creative you can be. I always tell people I make everything in this world that I eat in the other world. And you can literally, whatever your ethnic background, you may have something that you're used to eating, you can make it in the raw world. We blend, we chop.
Your almond pate is such a great substitute for, I love it.
Yeah.
Tuna.
We make deep dish pizza, we make garlic pizza, we make crepes, we make French fries, we make...
French fries?
Yeah, it's made with I can't think of it. It's like an apple, potato, what's the fruit, vegetable I'm thinking of? Oh, my mind's going blank. I'll come back to that. We do raviolis, which we make with turnips.
Oh, they're wonderful.
We do pasta, which we make with zucchini. So I think you could take
ice cream.
My ice cream, I love.
Your vanilla ice cream is to die for.
And
you can eat as much as you want. Guilt-free. To live for. Yeah, I should change that vocabulary. Good point.
You can make anything in the raw world. You just have to, in my classes I always teach, just vibrate in the kitchen. And you may not love everything you make, but you didn't love everything you ate in the other world either. It's just a matter of changing.
And you discover new flavors. That's what I've noticed. Like you eat, it's just new flavors coming in your world. So it's more diverse.
And here's the other thing too. It takes a lot less to fill you up. A lot less food to fill you up. So I always tell people, look at the size of your fist. Everybody, your listeners can look at their fist, okay? This is the actual size of your stomach. It's just a tiny little sack in here. It isn't this whole area to fill.
Mine feels bigger. Probably you.
No, but the size of your fist is the size of your stomach. You see, we each have different sized fists.
That's true.
So the size of your fist is the size of your stomach. And when you eat whole, living, raw foods, especially organic, you eat a lot less. Maybe it doesn't happen initially right away, but you eat a lot less food.
Maybe more often?
In the beginning, It depends. The system adjusts itself. It's kind of like a give and take. In the beginning, you may eat a lot, but as the body gets used to it, it takes less and less to fill you up. You feel more and more satisfied.
And you lose weight. I've lost 14 pounds. Oh, and I'm keeping the pounds off. I mean, I'm amazed.
I wish I had the pictures here to show you. I have. We show them in our classes of a woman that did my detox class every other month. You might ask Jamie if she wants to bring that out. The 2 pictures, and I have also a picture of a woman who was a vegetarian, and she did my detox class. The difference, you automatically lose weight. You cannot, people go, well, how many calories are in this? You don't have to count calories.
You don't think your desserts, you can't cupcakes.
Well, here's the deal. This woman lost 100 pounds in 8 months, taking my detox class every other month and eating primarily desserts in between, pies and cakes. So it's a great, it's got a lot of advantages to it if you like to eat.
But it's not a lot of preparation, like more work in the kitchen.
Well, it may feel that way initially only because you weren't used to growing up seeing your mother do it in the kitchen. It takes a lot more time to chop up a chicken and bread it and fry it and do all the stuff you do it and clean up than it does to throw something in the Vitamix or the food processor and blend it up, and then you could just use that over and over again. So it's just a matter of perception of what you're used to and transitioning yourself. But once you start doing it, it really...
What are some easy things that we could start?
Let's see, something very easy to do. All right, you like my almond pate.
Oh.
You could take almonds...
Tell me the recipe right now. Do I have you on camera?
You could soak the almonds, and you soak them 3 to 5
raw almonds.
Raw almonds, preferably raw organic. And we soak all of our nuts before we use them because you break down the fats and make them easier to digest. Oh, it's amazing how many people are allergic to seeds and nuts, God's food, but they can eat McDonald's and and all the other garbage out there. This is the woman who took my class. If you
we'll put it on this.
Okay, this is not the right one, the other one. But this is the woman. She came to me and she had been a large girl her entire life. And this is after doing my detox class every other month for 8 months, and on the off days she was eating desserts primarily.
Oh my! That's not the same person. She is gorgeous. Oh my God.
Yeah. And this routinely happens to people, but everybody won't give me their before pictures.
Wow.
People are like, well, I've been this way my whole life. So you can't help cause and effect. So I was going to give you the almond pate.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Now we do ours in a juicer with a twin auger, which gives it the consistency. But you could do the same thing in a food processor with an S-blade. You soak the almonds, and then you just throw them in there, and you can throw in a tomato, garlic, onion, any old fruits or vegetables that you have in the, that aren't looking so spry, like you want to eat them or chop them up in a salad. Throw them in the food processor, blend it up, voila,
and that's done. And maybe a bit of rags. Is that something that
rags is wonderful to use. I like the Himalayan sea salt or Bragg's or tamari, or there are many other salt substitutes that you can use. That's another misconception.
Salt?
Well, people need salt. We don't need white table salt. But it's part of the human equation to have salt. If you don't have any salt, your skin starts to get loose and fall away from your body. It's part of the human makeup. And years ago on farms, they used to give animals salt licks to help keep them healthy, to get their minerals.
I saw that.
Right, but you just need the right salt. So we sell here at the store, we have a Himalayan pink sea salt. It's crystals. They're crystals that, they're so beautiful to look at. I even bathe in them. Or we have a Celtic sea salt that's gray, or you can use the tamari, like you said, or you can use Bragg's liquid aminos. There are many other substitutes, but you do need salt in the right form in your system to stay healthy.
So, and you can eat dry fruit?
Dried fruit is a wonderful transitional fruit. Most people get way too much sugar anyway, and dried fruits, it's very concentrated sugar, but certainly if you're coming off cigarettes or heavy diets or whatever, it's a great way to go to have snack foods with you. But there are a lot of other things that we can teach you to do for snack foods other than the dried fruits, but I'd certainly rather see you do that than a Hershey bar. Okay, so once again, it's finding the right level of transition. But if you're going to do a lot of dried foods, just remember to do lots of liquids also, because to keep the body rehydrated so they don't pull all the moisture out of your system also.